The Sultanahmet Mosque was built in 1616, in the early 17th century. But during that time, the Ottomans were in war with Persians and Russians, and they were losing it like very badly. To reassert the Ottoman dominance around the area, the Ottoman Sultan, the Sultanahmet I, ordered the Sultanahmet Mosque to be constructed. He hired architect Sinan's apprentice. Like back then, he was his apprentice before architect Sinan was living. But after he died, he became one of the architects of the Sultan. His name is known as Sedefkar Mehmet Ağa. It's a bit long name, yeah. Sedefkar Mehmet Ağa. He constructed the Hagia Sophia's plan, and he started the construction work here. The goal during that time, it was to be bigger than Hagia Sophia. So it has 6 minarets, because Hagia Sophia has 4 minarets, and the overall area that the mosque covers is much more bigger than Hagia Sophia itself. When you look around you, they use like marble everywhere, because like marble is a very common resource, especially in Turkey and Greece. But the naming, the Blue Mosque, comes from actually the European tourists that used to visit this place like a couple of years ago actually. When you go inside, you'll start to see blue tiles from all the way to ground up to the very top, and you'll see blue calligraph writings inside the domes. Since people see all these blue colors inside, they start to name it also the Blue Mosque. Also, on those blue tiles, you'll see many tulip shapes. The tulip is one of the symbols of Ottomans, and there are more than 50 different shapes of tulip on those tiles. Let's go inside. Let me show it to you.
It is a good idea to take the shoes on the left side.
So we carry it?
You can carry it, you can leave there, you can take it out. Alright, so right now we are inside the mosque. As you can see, especially all around you can see the blue tile that goes all the way almost to the top, and there are some other always blue decors inside. When you look directly in front of us, you can see the mihrab section. There is a niche that Imam stays in and starts praying. And when you look right to that niche, you can see another stair section to the right. It's an elevated section. It's known as minbar. Before the Friday prayers, Imam goes up to that minbar. He doesn't go all the way to the top. He stays like 2-3 steps behind the top. He gives a speech. And that speech can be about anything, politics, economy, life itself. And when he ends that speech, he comes down and he starts the Friday prayer. And when you look right, you can see another section here, another a square section. It's known as the Muezzin section. Muezzins are the people that make the call for prayer before the prayer starts. And also during the Ottoman time, since there were no good like sound systems around inside the mosques, the muezzins would go top to their section, go above there, and they would also start to prayer with the imam himself. So when the people come like all the way down here and they start to praying, they have to pray with imam itself. Like they have to follow him, but they cannot follow him because they cannot hear or see him from this far away. That's why the muezzins climb up to their sections during the Ottoman times, and they also start loudly praying from there, so people can pray alongside them. There's also a lectern there to the left, a small lectern with a chair in it. That lectern is used in the holy nights of the Islam. There are some like holy nights the Muslim people accept, like Prophet Muhammad's birthday, Prophet Muhammad's ascending day. Because of that, during those nights, the imam goes up to the lectern over there. There's always a crowd around them, like inside the mosque, and people start listening to him about the importance of the day. And as you can see, this area right now, like that area is reserved for the Muslims who want to pray. They can easily go and pray. I mean, we have like Muslims have times of day that they have to pray, but they don't really have to hurry those times. They can go in there and pray whenever they want to. And when you look around the last thing, to the top left over there, you can see a protected section. It's actually a reserved section for the Sultan himself. During the Ottoman times, the Sultan had to, like Sultans can come to the mosques, but they have to do their prayers in safety. So that's why they have a special section that's covered up. I mean, you can, if he's there, I mean, if he was there during the Ottoman times, you can see him, but you cannot reach him. It's because some assassination attempt happened in the early years of Islam, even before the Ottomans.